Welcome in, you guys. Here we go. Hi, my WCIA network family. Susan, hi. Muffin Top, my amazing mod. Here we go. GH White, Crystal. Wait, let me take this down. Look at this photo, you guys. What do you guys think this looks like? BC, Rumple, Vanessa, Jean, Lisa, Long Gone, this is amazing, Shazam, Kathy. Oh my goodness. You guys, thank you all for being here. This is great. BC, Lisa, hi. Who do you think, well I actually did another color. Let's see. I colored it up a little. What do you guys think this is? Any guesses? Any guesses to what you think you're looking at? Not easy. But I want to know if you see what I see. Thank you. Thanks for all the amazing words, you guys, in chat. It's been, yes, it definitely reminds me of Adventures with Purpose. Do you see the head looks white? Uh-huh. Fake water. I'm going to crop it a little. Crop this. Copy. So this is SUMMERWELls' head in spirit. The body is this way. This is the body. Excellent, everyone. You all were right. This is the body. The arms are up here holding the baby. This is Summer's head wrapped in the mesh in the face. Spiritually speaking, everything I do and say here falls under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. This is a channel that works off spirit, and I tell you what I see. And I see that this lady's channel has a lot of spirit in it. It has a lot of information that could help tell the SUMMERWELls missing children's story. This photo shows Summer covered in the leaves, in the water, underground. The story that I'm going to be telling you today has a few parts. The first part I'm going to be telling you is the story of SUMMERWELls. No, I'm sorry. I'm looking at my thing. The first part I'm going to tell you is a little bit about the 4 Idaho students. From the 4 Idaho students, I'm going to show you information on Brian Kohlberger. I'm going to show you information on the 4 students and what it really looks like inside their last video. I'm going to also show you SUMMERWELLS, her story. And then I'm also going to show you bits and pieces of information that I feel is necessary to put up here first before I begin. The reason I do that is because it sets the tone. It sets the spirits in the right space. It's like a Ouija board. When I work here, before I go on a Ouija board, I always do things to make my space safe and to bring the spirits in that I want here. It's the same thing when I go live. I'm not looking for anything other than the SUMMERWELLS missing children spirit. And I'm looking for the information to come forth through only the SUMMERWELLS missing children spirit. Nothing more. So when I begin, I like to bring in photos from the past. And show you how they are going to connect with all 3 of the stories I'm bringing in today. The Idaho 4, SUMMERWELLS. I keep saying 4. What's the 4th? Idaho, SUMMERWELLS. Ooh, Don Wells. Yeah, light your candle, Rumple. Here we go. A couple months back when Ryan Upchurch went through a lot of grief that he was discussing about his mom, a few TikToks were released. Those TikToks gave me the opportunity to talk about the SUMMERWELLS missing children. I kind of put it to the side until an amazing subscriber, thank you for bringing it back to my attention, brought it back to my attention. She was saying, this has all your elements. You got to take a look at it. This is crazy. I'm like, yeah, I have this information and I've done this before, but yes, it actually matches up with what I'm doing today. The picture all the way to your left is from the fisherman's boat. That's what it looks like when he caught a fish. Hello, Sunshine Thomas. But that's what the inside of the fish looks like. It's telling the story of the SUMMERWELLS missing children. The children wind up in the water. And their face is just like that. Right? Just like this. The head is surrounded by mesh, and I've shown you that before, and their face comes out in the middle. Ryan Upchurch's mom is showing what these boxes look like. Each victim has a box, and they also have a critter. It's very, very unusual for me to capture the critter so clearly on someone's TikTok or someone's video. Crop it. This here is what the maroon boxes look like. And that's the critter on the top. That's the critter. These critters could be big or small, and all they do is they represent sacrifice. They represent what you're looking at. They're representing the story that's beneath the deep fake. The story is being told through thousands of YouTube creators beneath their stories, within their stories. So, example, let me crop this differently. I just told you that this is the box. This is the critter. This is a sacrifice. Because I know my elements so very well, my eye is trained to go right there. What you're looking at is nothing more than what I just showed you Summer Moon Wells looks like. This is this right here. Wait, let me turn it for you. So, when in fact I tell you the story, it doesn't change. This here could be this over here from the fish. This over there with the maroon hat. It is all the same. And it comes with a little critter. This is what you're looking at. The photo in the middle has the same information. The photo in the middle, what I call is, there's different stages, right? Different stages show different information. So when I brighten this up, you're going to see the common face on the bottom. Right there. It's like the chipmunk. And then this stuff's going to start opening up and showing up. It's a green face. But her video is really, really clear on the information and how it matches. It shouldn't be showing any of that information. She's just on her phone, right? That's supposed to just be her on the phone. Now I'm just throwing in those two pictures on the end to show you how spirit works and tells story through all of that shit that you see in front of you. Through water, through trees, through the light, through leaves. through the grass. It tells the story. So this whole video, I've kept it. And it was necessary to keep, because this all comes from that video, which only shows a car outside. But beneath the deep fake shows the story of the SUMMERWELLS missing children. What you see to the right are the boxes, and that is what the boxes look like. They get pulled. They get pulled on tracks, and this is in the video. We have all seen this before. I'm going to show you this today. These exact boxes show up throughout Don Wells's interview with, I don't know, what was it, the personality people? Whatever the fuck they call themselves. Personality people? Where they put Don and Candace in a room and they analyze them to see if they could go on the show. That was pretty interesting to watch, because the boxes that you see here, and I'll get to this in a little, I'll show you a little bit of it. During that interview, the whole entire time, the back of the room looks like this. I'm serious. This. Which is this. The whole entire behavior panel. Thank you, Crystal. Yep, Muffin Top, thank you. So you'll see this. And it makes no sense how this behavioral panel was able to sit and analyze the two of them when these guys themselves sat with the same elements on them as Brian Upchurch's mom. That is right on his head. That is no different. It's no different than what you're seeing on Ryan Upchurch's mom. What's on her head here, same thing, right here and here. This guy, it doesn't just pop up like in a second. It's throughout the video, right? It's not his hair. It's a piece of equipment. Right? That's interesting. Hang on tight, you guys. Part 1. I'm going to be giving you my spiritual channeling read of what I see and what I know from to be true. This is the video Brian Kohlberger when he got stopped. This person's copy shows people in the back seat. Right in the back seat. And I'm calling bullshit on the video itself. The video shows this. Not only is Brian Kohlberger's face completely covered up with the mask, they're two different people. You're looking at about 4 different people in this video. The backseat Brian Kohlberger has, not the backseat, the one on the left has a maroon jacket. The one on the right has a green jacket. Let me get a little closer. Here's his jacket to the right. These are 2 different people. They are 2 different people. I'm telling you spiritually. Let's say that they're the same. How is it that the law enforcement could have the same video and he has different clothing on? Oh yeah, wait till you see. All of this is fake. That is Dad's fake skin. And there are a few different things going on here. Satan's, that someone messed with the videos, right? So I'm showing information. I know that spiritually these are different people, and this is completely fucked up. Someone is setting Brian Kohlberger up because he didn't do this alone. So what I'm saying to those who don't know what I'm saying, I'm putting out the simplest form of information. I'm showing you that he has different clothing on. This one here, oh, I think someone asked, I forgot the name of the person. This one here, he has a green jacket. It's really obvious, right? And I'm going to show you that these videos are really obvious that the law enforcement has the wrong information. And here he has a maroon jacket. So no matter what anyone thinks is going on, someone messed up the video because they have, like, I'm going to show you the video. They have 3 or 4 different versions. This version doesn't even make sense because what they did was someone put together information that doesn't make sense, like this. This is a big one. The maroon and the green sweater. That's a big one. Now, wait, let me take a snapshot of this. 1 second. The person that reflects in this complete video isn't the Brian Kohlberger that we know. It's a child. Spiritually speaking, that person in the green sweatshirt isn't Brian Kohlberger, right? Now you might be saying, what the hell? So when I look at photos, my whole body gives me a reading if I pay attention to it. A lot of people that are clairvoyant, intuitive, which all of us are, it turns into anxiety, instead of recognizing that your body's trying to tell you information. This person has a thing in their mouth just like SUMMERWELLS had that pink thing in her mouth. This isn't Brian. This is someone that has the equipment on them, and it's not Brian. I've done nothing to this video other than brightening it up. This video also shows something in the back seat. It's a head on a platter, and I've never seen this in the video before, this head on the platter. They blurred that out. I didn't. So this is a head on the platter in like the back. This is telling the story of the Idaho 4. This person's reflection to me is very familiar. To me, this is the same person that's telling the story in that video. To me, this person is the same person, allegedly, that's been telling the story. That person's reflection is supposed to be in the reflection of the car door mirror. This is not a cop. This is someone that has a mask on and is part of this story of whatever it is going on in the back seat. This face is what shows up throughout the Idaho 4 murders videos. This face showed up in here during her TikTok. Cadoodles. Cadoodle, I call her. This TikTok, to me, spiritually speaking, coming from a spiritual self, is the same face. It's the same face to me as the person that shows up in this video. To me, there is no difference between the two. They show up, this face shows up as part of telling the story. It shows up in SUMMERWELLS. It showed up in Madeleine McCann. It showed up in the Watts kids, the Vallow kids. Let me contrast it a little so you could see the face. But this is a very important face. Here we go. Because that's how it always shows up. You look at that. Let me contrast the one next to it. Then you look at this. It's hard to do it. When I change it, you'll see that this one here has the critter in its mouth. Okay? There's something in this guy's mouth also. There's the critter. We crop it. That I'm pretty curious. See how they both are inside like that box? I'm really curious how nobody else recognizes this as such an important detail. See how there's a rim around him? They always have a rim. This information here shows that they got the story wrong. They got the story wrong. This here shows Brian as the victim. So throughout this particular video, the story reads differently. I sent all of this in. I sent it in super clearly. I sent in the SUMMERWELLS side. I sent in the Idaho 4 side. Because both of these, all of the videos from this lady give information that I think is really critical. Really critical. Because this is what's now in the back seat, in the front seat. That's not Brian. His head is on the number 5 box. Right here. And these are the elements of the victims. To always attach the head. And there's the machine on the top. So, however they want to spin it, this is not Brian Kohlberger. And this video is being used to tell the story of the Idaho 4 SUMMERWELLS missing children. That's what's happening here. This here is Brian's head. Right there. Right there. With that thing in his mouth. You guys, This is right in the video where the cops could grab this. Thank you for those ones. No one who can see can tell me any differently. That this is what's in the front seat and supposed to be Brian Kohlberger. No. This is the story of the SUMMERWELLS missing children. This is what the story is. This is the fake car, and they're moving the victims. To the defense team, I would love whoever thinks that they could do that. Send it. I haven't looked into that, but you could send them this, take snapshots, tell them where to get this, and tell them to go to my videos, because the videos itself show all this. Like the videos, it's in the videos. It's not hidden. This here shows a different Brian Kohlberger's father. The whole video changes throughout the 30 seconds that it is. The person in the front seat doesn't stay the same. And right here, that shows up in the window, is a really big element that we use. This element here that's just sitting in its car, let me turn it. This is the stick. The number 5 stick. Wait. It's so hard to see. This is the number 5 stick on the head. It's on top of the head. It's like a stick that goes across the head. The fake Brian Kohlberger's father that's in there, what it's telling me, the story, is that they're attached to that metal thing across the top of their head. So when you look at this, the story is that this person, whoever this person is just like that. See the fake skin? See the fake skin? That person is this. This here represents this. This represents this. So the story goes that this is not Brian Kohlberger's father. I mean, you could see he's got fake skin on. You see the fake skin on his neck? That's fake. It doesn't even look like him. And he's connected to a bar like this. Like that. This is the face. This is the fake skin. This is the bar. There's a number 5 on the bar right on the front. You can't see it because it's dissolves here. This is a number 5, and this is the metal stick. The heads are attached to this. And that's fake skin. That's what this is saying. That's what it's saying in that window. And this is the copy from the police department. As the video goes on, it all of a sudden becomes bloody in the video. I have the video here. Let me see, I think I sent it to my laptop. Brian's car video. Okay, I did. In the video, at 3 minutes and 34 seconds, Brian Kohlberger's father is as clear as can be in a contraction, and the head is bloody. And it's the clearest video and clearest photo that I have to this day of what a head looks like in this contraction. Let me blow it up. And this is from Brian Kohlberger's video. That is supposed to be Brian, right? This is a front seat. And that's his father, you guys. Allegedly, that's not. This is as clear as day. No, you've never seen this before. You guys have never seen this before. Things come my way. There's only been like 43 views on the video. According to her, she hasn't tampered with it, nothing. But that head is in a number 5 box. That head is on the stick, the metal stick that I just showed you with the number 5. So when you turn it upside down, you could see the 5. And look at Brian. It's not Brian. Look at that. These are the stories of the SUMMERWELLS missing children that no one talks about because the stories are right in front of us. And then the top of the car turns bloody. This, just like, I'll show you how just at 3:35, this just plops in. This is the choo-choo train with the victims that you see in the car. Let me show you. See how the person in the front has the glasses on? This represents the victims in their car. And that's the victim in the back seat. These two here represent Brian Kohlberger and the father that's in the front seat of the car. Let me flip it this way. Wait, no, this way. So here you see the number 5 car. And here it's the same situation. they're telling the same story. Telling the same story. I'm not sure that they were... No, they weren't killed in that house. Wait till you see what I have here. So this is what Brian Kohlberger, the inside of his car looks like. This is what the inside of the car looks like. And I am sticking to it. See, that's Brian Kohlberger's father. Like, he's not, it's showing him not even in the car. That's not even a car. And that's the fake skin. This is, I don't know anything more than this is the sacrifice. And this is a setup. And to me, Brian Kohlberger was not in this car. And this shouldn't even be allowed to be used. None of this stuff makes sense. None of it. It is super obvious that that head is not in the car. This is where it gets interesting. The video, and I'll show you the video short in a minute. The video shows the car pulled into this parking lot for like a split second. But if you look at the smaller picture, that just shows you that we're still looking at the same video of the car being pulled over on the road, right? But the clips show both. Now, I've seen both. It's not that it's new. I've seen both. I've seen both videos, and both videos don't tell, but they don't tell the truth. But for some reason, I just do not believe, through spiritual belief, that white car has anything to do with the case. I feel as if the white car was thrown in there to be part of the case so they could solve the case. Now that's a big statement for me to put out there. I have felt that from the beginning. I'm like, white car, red car, blue car. These cars in all of the cases makes no sense. I don't believe that there's a car has anything to do with SUMMERWELLS missing children's cases. I think it's a crock of shit that they get placed within these stories. When you look closer to the cars in SUMMERWELLS' case, it's the same thing. They're copy and pasted, and they do not represent a car. I think Brian Kohlberger's, this is a car that has been made up. They can't get the wheels correct. They don't get the bumper correct. They don't get the dirty car, the white car correct. They don't get it all correct. The details that they try to cover it up with don't stay consistent. Never. So how are they supposed to be using a white car as part of trying to say that he did it? I don't care if he did or didn't do it. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about that there's no cars in these cases that make sense. None of them. Because they all have the repeat pattern. SUMMERWELLS' case was the first one to introduce us to the craziness of the cars. The red car, the white car, the blue cars, they're not, they shouldn't even be part of the story. Shouldn't be part of any of the story. Because they're lies. They're thrown in there. Oh yeah, the back of this car is not even the back of a car. Again, this is the inside of the car. It is bloody. And it is not the truth. What it is it's the story of the SUMMERWELLS murder children, and it's the story of whoever was murdered in the Idaho 4. It wasn't just those 4. Not at all. Now, let me see something. Let me look at this video for a minute. I want to show you this video before I move to the next section of the Idaho 4 house. So that'd be 28. This is the video of the car. 5 minutes and 32 seconds. I'm showing you this because I want you all to see. It's really important that you see that my images are coming from a moving video. This is the video. It stopped on that frame. See? See how I just stopped it? See how it has all these different scenes in here? The video, it's just supposed to be the car on the side of a highway. But look it. I'm moving it like that. I have my finger on it. See, watch. And when you move it like that, there's his green jacket. Watch what it does. Up, and then it goes right to that thing. So what I'm showing you here, let me stop it, is that these are frames. These are frames that make no sense. So that's his car that makes no sense. Wait a minute, is that the car? Let me take a picture of this. Let me go slow. It's a whole different car in there. I'm sorry. That's a whole different car. I think that's a whole different car. That's what I think. I think that this is here. Watch this. This is in the video. I just took the snapshot. This is a whole different car. it just... This looks like a... It's just doesn't make any sense, you guys. See? Why is there a computer in the middle of everything? These videos, you guys. These videos. See all in there that's it's fucked with. It's a whole different car. Those are two different windows from two different cars. Look at the back window compared to the front window. This is all supposed to be Brian. And you go here. See? See how it changes? It's a real white car in the smaller one. These are different cars. It's what I could tell you, that these are not... When you go real slow, you could see how they messed with it. It's right in here. Here are the maroon bars that I always see in the windows. Wait. I'm going to show you something. I remember I'm always like, there's layered of maroon bars inside the windows. Now this comes straight, this is from the news, right? Watch this. So this is showing me this. Here are the bars. See, that shouldn't be there. None of this. What the heck? See the bottom picture? Here. Now understand, this is from their Channel 5 news. Look at this. Now I just took a snapshot. Okay? Straight from the video. So this is in this video right here that you see in the corner. Look at the bloody head. See, that's right there. And there's something, whoops. See? That's in the front seat of Brian's car. That's Brian. That's the head. There is a bloody person in this video. Period. And he has glasses on. And what is that in the front seat? See that big ass thing in the front seat? That's the machine. Guys, this is the machine right here. Right here is the machine. This is the fake car being used to tell the story. This is in the front seat. And then it gets real blue like this. Then that shows up like that. See how that's in the video? It's right in here. It's right in there. That's in the video. It's right in there. Ooh, see the number 5 on top of the head now? Right here. Let me change the color in this one. Here's your number 5 box on the head. And it's right in the video. There it is. That is the story of the SUMMERWELLS missing children. This. This is the story. And this is not Brian in the car. It isn't. It goes back to this as well. And this needs attention. This needs quick attention, and it has everything to do with summer moon. Like we started, we are on page 18. See the boxes on the right? It's crazy. Like, where do you think that they're bringing those boxes in the middle of her video? This guy here, his face is just blows me away that it's not a discussion. This is the photo that whoever is working with Brian Kohlberger, those are the photos that need to be looked at. The videos do, because they're a bunch of cock of shit. All right, so this is the story of the Idaho 4, right? When I mention maroon boxes with string, and you could find them if you pull the string, this is an example of what it looks like within my third eye. That they're attached like this and they could be pulled out of the water. This happens to be in one of the Idaho 4 videos, and this gives a great example of what that is. See how you look at the side on the right-hand side? You see how there are steps like that? I envision steps like that are used during the sacrifice. And I envision those white big, whatever those are, on the top of the right-hand corner. I feel like what is being shown in this one photo that came from the Idaho 4 shows the entrance and exit of where these kids came in and came out of. So when I'm showing you this, that is a photo of Doodle, whatever. I don't know if they're all in this. It's a party. Yes, it was one with all the kids. It was one of their last parties. And I said that they are coming. This is their sacrifice. And I see this as a hole in the ground that is near the house, and they're coming in and coming out of it. So when I see a photo like you see to the left, that's the story of the SUMMERWELLS missing children. This is the story of the Idaho 4. And yes, they're coming in and out of an underground tunnel, and it's by the house. The only way they were able to get them back there, because they killed them somewhere else, was because there's an entrance and an exit. This here is in the video of the police outside the house. Why would it be shown this way? Like, why is this in here? This is the video of the police outside the house. He has those kooky glasses on his face, and this appears. This is exactly where she went. This is where they went. They're coming out. They're going in and coming out of this underground fucking railroad. It's a match. Obviously, allegedly, I am telling you it's a match through how I see it to be true. This is what she looks like. No one could tell me, I don't care how blurry it is, no one could tell me that this is a normal photo. This is this. They're showing exactly where they're coming out of in the video with the police. This here with the police is in the video. This is a separate, this is a TikTok video. This is that. So if I were to line this up, this is the railroad that goes under right here and goes that way. To me, that's where you'd find this underground trap. Right here. It's telling me the story. So when I look at that, it's telling me, Lori, look at me. It's saying, line this up. Line this up, it's saying. This. That delta sign. Oh, the boxes are under here. The sigma delta. Yeah, she's pulling herself up. She's pushing herself out of something, Rumpel. This is showing me that there's boxes under here. And this is connected by the Idaho 4 house and the Sigma Delta house. You see how these boxes are lined up? But they're also under there. They're under the stairs. So those are the boxes. This is the same, these are the same boxes as being shown on the right hand side, you guys. She's coming out of a hole. She's coming out of a hole. And it's from under the railroad. Because that box, that white box, is moving. This white box is moving. Now, when I saw this, I just saw the story of them moving this stuff out of the house so easily. And that they wind up in bags like that. But really notice the white stuff, the white section in the front. This white section is what spoke to me. Let me show you what I mean by white section. Wait. Crop it. This here is what spoke to me as far as SUMMERWELLS missing children. This. This had the story, and this is the part that has something to say. Let's see. It's a mattress. Those are cooking pans. Mattress and cooking pans. This comes from, now look what we're looking at. This comes from the night of the food truck. And that's supposed to be on the right-hand side, their house, 1122 Kings Road. It looks like what Don Wells' house looked like when it was under construction. It showed these boulders. It showed all this shit. Notice the video to the left, which comes from the party, is video you've never seen before. That is video that is from a completely different angle and shows the sacrifice of what happened that night. It's a completely different angle. That person to the left changes, as well as the mask. The section all the way to the right tells the story of the sacrifice throughout the whole entire video. Never have we seen it like this before. It makes you question, where's this been? This person here changes throughout the video. This over here. This face is the same as what you see to the left. Let me brighten it. This is the sacrifice of what happened that night. This is what happened that night. This is all one person. I get the one from the other page. This person is the same person throughout the video. This is sacrifice, you guys. Their masks, they tell the story. Yeah, he's got that printed, that guy is in there. This video has these guys in it. It only shows the guy in the hat and the guy in the sweater. That guy in the sweater is important to telling the story, right? These are interesting pictures that they show throughout their videos. I find that whenever they show Brian Kohlberger's apartment, whatever is in the stairway shifts all the time. I always see the elements and I always hear the story of what's going on. The stairway, if you guys pay attention, when you see these videos with the stairs, it's really going through a story. Now this stairway that you see here, this comes from Brian Kohlberger's video I just showed you. This goes right into him in the car with his father. This here shows information that nobody has in here. It shows the bars and the boxes. This never shows like this. Never has in any of the videos. Those are the boxes in the back and those are the bars. This comes from the video I just showed you, Brian Kohlberger in the car. but it's telling the story. Someone is telling the story. Whoever is telling this story knows the SUMMERWELLS Missing Children story. These bars. And then this. This stuff has never been in any other video that shows this information. None. All of this in here. There's a little person here. But they take the time to tell the story, and it's not shifting. It's not changing. This comes from the Idaho 4 video, and the Idaho 4 videos, you guys, are really the blueprint to SUMMERWELLS Missing Children. Let me brighten this up. This is the story of the children, and however you want to slice and dice this, this is a sacrifice, and they make the children look like those monsters, and the number 5 box is always there. That you agree with, Lori. Rachel, I agree with what? Ask me again. Let me see. Oh, welcome in, Bubbly Waters. Welcome, welcome. Number 1 is that you see what I'm talking about here. So when I say the number 5 box, the number 5 box, there's this number 5 box that comes with the victims, and it's usually always on their head. So this is the number 5 box by the victim's head, and then this is the maroon. This is the green, the white, the maroon. This is a victim. This is a victim. This is a victim. This is the green head. This is a sacrifice in the making. What you see over to the left, let me turn it, comes from the Idaho 4 video as well. But it's telling the story. It's showing the room with the equipment. There's that same guy. And there's a head in the box. These are called sacrifices. And SUMMERWELLS is going to keep directing me in the right location to get the photos that help tell the story of the SUMMERWELLS Missing Children. Yes, there's a face coming through in the red. In the green, the red, up here, there's people here. They're in all different boxes. Here's his face. There is a common person that There's a common person that comes throughout all the videos. I went through this. Throughout this video, the girls and the victims, they don't look like the same people. When I see it, it looks like deadness, like it has no feeling to it. Does anyone know who this guy is in the red here? That's one of the fathers, and I want to show you his mouth. That's a common element that I see in the victims' mouths and the people that do the sacrificing. Does anyone know who that guy is in the red hair? I feel like he went through a sacrifice. And Maddie, Maddie has fake skin on her whole body. See Maddie? See how that's fake? That's fake skin. And look what this guy has on his ear. Both ears. Look at, he was shaking. That's Jake? Look at both ears. And Maddie has fake skin. That's the father with that shit in his mouth. The video shows the maroon boxes inside the door. I've never seen this before. They're showing the maroon boxes. Oh, I know the guy that had the necklace on. This here, it just indicates to me that these are not too far. This is not too far from the house. And this is being shown right inside the door. See? I can't make sense of this. I know that this is information on the elements. I know that it's telling the story. I know that these maroon boxes are part of where they go. I know they're underground. I know they're with the mesh that they're showing with the hearts. And I see a face showing up in the window. Let me get closer. Yep, face is showing up. Look at that. See that face? You guys see that face? Thank you for that one. Oh. Let me brighten it up. Yeah, it's changing now. All right. There we go. I changed the lighting a little bit. There it is. That's a head. That's a head. In the video, it shows a map. Now, anyone new here? I believe that, you know, through what I have been channeling for the last 2+ years, these sacrifices, there's a rhyme and a reason where they're placed in the earth for the resurrection. There's a location. They need to be placed in these certain areas. And in this video, it shows really strange images that pop up. And it shows location. This to me is something that the authorities need to get a hold of. Let's see. Because I believe that the location of whatever these are, bones, heads, can be found. This here is the Idaho 4 that shows up. These pictures, I blew them up for you guys, show up in the map. So this to me is showing location. And that's because it shows in the map. This is the map. It brings us to the map. And it shows the sacrifices. Now that picture is very difficult to see, but their faces are there. Their faces are there. So if they could figure out how to follow the map, this is the person that's behind the video. Now, interestingly enough, as she tells the story of SUMMERWELLS, this person is speaking about summer. She shows a head between the railroad with the L. So again, the authorities would know what this could mean to them, but I find it very odd. She's a reporter, and if you look closely to her video, this is what you see. You see a chipmunk holding a baby bird. and a head between sticks, and you have the L there. Now the L could represent the corner, right? But that is a head, and she's a reporter that's just supposed to be working on a report. Now this next photo, wait, let me contrast this a little so you guys can see it, because the next slide, wait, could be triggering to some people. Let me just show you this face closer. A chipmunk. So this is what's in her drawing, right? And if you turn it, there's your L, like what Summer has, and this is very significant. It's very important. This reporter stares into, now she's talking about the SUMMERWELLS case. This is what happens to her eyeball. Now you see it's from Channel 5 News. Allegedly, I don't think it is. And her eyeball is going through the eyeball process. And this is what happens. And this is what the children whose eyes get taken look like. This is part of the children's sacrifice. The end of her story. This is really important for the authorities. Critical. The end of her story, the screen goes black. After the screen goes black, this pops up. Now, I never let stuff like this go because I'm like, the darkest parts have the story to be told. I think that this was it's actually placed in her video. And the importance of this to me shows location of the person that was sacrificed. Now, let me see if I have it in here. Wait. This part here right here is the critical part. This is what gets placed in the earth, and this is in her video. Those are the smiling little critter faces, and they're in a tube. This is the finale of the SUMMERWELLS Missing Children. This is the part that gets saved forever. Here's a doggy. And this here is another doggy. So you guys are looking at, thank you everyone for those ones, and thank you for those wonderful words, Muffin Top. You guys are looking at the tube that I talk about. Those are the critters on them, and each victim has this. I don't know why it's at the end of her video, but it is. This here, as you could see, falls in the last second. Now most people will be like, oh, who the hell cares? Well, this is cryptic information that's important. This is information that they put in there, and it tells a story. To me, it tells a story. All of this tells a story. At the very last second, in the very last frame, shows me the trophy. And it tells me that Brian Kohlberger's story is nothing more than a SUMMERWELLS Missing Children's sacrifice and story. That's what it does. This here, when you turn it upside down, that white thing is the trophy. These critters that are above his head, this is the equipment. See? Here, let me show you. So this is above his head. Let me turn it the other way. The equipment is stuck in his head. Okay? Wait. That is not the Brian Kohlberger that we know. This is the equipment, and there's another face. See the face beneath it? This is the equipment. Right there. Brian Kohlberger's story, you guys. Tells the story of the children. This here tells the story. It is a shame that this isn't on a bigger scale to be recognized. Here at WCAA Network and all my family here, we're doing the best to our ability to educate and inform others so they recognize it. In his video, he shows someone, their feet are bound with ties, and that's what it looks like. It tells me that these victims were tied, just like that. Just like that. Standing outside gives me the opportunity to show you and tell you the story based on what comes forth in these photos. They're looking down. They're looking down from a tunnel. And they're on rocks and they're going in that tunnel. They're going down into it. They're looking down into the hole. That's what it looks like. There's a lot of information here. There are a lot of faces that look like rock faces. It's just telling you the story of the children. It's showing us images and information that they see. That they see all the time. This is all this is. This goes back to the stairway, which changes once more. This stairway is used to tell the story because a stairway is critical in telling the story. The story. It's critical. So look at the masks, the green face. We're going back to, we're staying within the Idaho 4, but what I'm showing you here is what their last video actually looks like. What it actually looks like. If you look inside the Idaho 4, the TikTok that Kerdoodle put out, called their last TikTok, their last video before they were murdered. This is the information that tells me that a couple things. That I'm correct in the fact that they didn't get murdered in this house, and I'm correct with the fact that they were sacrificed and that they weren't alone. There are other people, other kids, other children, other kids, other adults. They're not by themselves. I want you to really look at these photos. I'm going to take a couple of them and bring them closer. Here, like this one. This is easy one. It's got the maroon, the green, it's got the heads. This is the equipment. That's the equipment. This is a sacrifice, you guys. These are the photos that are beneath the video. These are the real photos that lie beneath the video that tell the story of the Idaho 4. This is a sacrifice. This is a sacrifice. Look at the couch. Look at the photo. Look at the smallest little photo inside the big photo. Each victim was sacrificed. Each victim has their own box. They're maroon, the white, the red, the green. And they each sat in the middle just like that. That's what's in the middle. The people around them in this video, let me contrast it a little. They have masks on their faces. You tell me that this is okay and that this shouldn't be recognized, and that people think that these kids were killed by one person? They weren't. This is not the doing of one Brian Kohlberger. This is the doing of the same people that have murdered all the people I have mentioned. All of the SUMMERWELLS missing children. Gabby Petito, Kylie Rodney, Michael Vaughn, all of them. This isn't the doing of Brian, who they're going to use as a scapegoat. And it's a shitty job. They did a shitty job using him as a scapegoat. Look. They did a shitty job. If they did a good job, I wouldn't have the information to show you. I could sit here and tell you, what I see, all the disgusting shit. But when I come across, because literally I'm brought there, it's a sacrifice. These are sacrifices. Look where Maddie is standing. She isn't standing in her living room. She is standing in a hole in the ground. In a hole in the ground. This all has to do with the underground tunnels, railroads. They only were able to bring these students back into this house because they didn't have to use the front door. That's what she's standing on. You guys have seen that. You've seen all this shit. SUMMERWELLS. They didn't have to bring them back through the front door. Because if they did, they wouldn't. This is coming through the tunnels. I just showed you. What you see all the way to the right, these are sacrifices. This is not the doing of one person. If that one person gets prosecuted, it will not bring justice to anybody. Because this is the story. They want their story told. One person gets prosecuted, it does nothing. Here's the hole in the couch, right here, that brings you to the tunnel. This is them on the couch. This is the hole in the couch. Come here, Loki. Come here. This is the hole in the couch. These are gateways. Gateways. These holes in the couch are there. They are real. This is what's going on above the hole in the couch. Those are sacrifices, you guys. These are sacrifices. And that's your hole in the couch. Look closely. It's really not fun to see. I get that it's not fun to see. I get it. But in order to bring these kids justice, the only way it's going to happen is if we talk about it, recognize it. See? These are sacrifices. There's heads. Those are heads. There's no other way of explaining what this is. These are heads. See those lights they're holding up? They held those little lights up all throughout Kylie Rodney's sacrifice at the party. Summer Moon Wells, I have showed you Summer Moon Wells in one of these contractions. It holds the body up. Summer Moon was in this at the church, and she was in, not that she was at the church in it, but they showed it when she was at the church and in her backyard coming out of the shed. I would say to you guys, she's being held up by something. She's like in a wheelchair. This is like a wheelchair thing. This. And the faces change. Let me show you. I'm going to brighten this one up really bright. But look at the faces. That's the wheelchair. That's what they're being pushed in. This is all, you guys, this is all from their video. Here they're being brought down the stairs. You guys, this is the gateway. They're being moved. They're being moved. They're moving on a track. These are moving. There's 3 people here. There's a child here. This is not just the Idaho 4 in these photos. I don't even know who they are. But they're children and humans that have not gotten any kind of recognition as being sacrificed. That's what we do here. There's babies here. There's, for all we know, Summer Moon Wells herself. I call them Summer Moon Wells missing children. It's all the same group. It's being allowed. They're holding boxes. They're moving. This here is a younger child. I'm just telling you this because it's just what I know. Obviously, allegedly, this isn't any one of the Idaho 4. None of them. This child's underground. This child's wearing a green cape. This child has been underground for a while, and this is day of something. That other word that just, there's another word that keeps coming up, like day of resurrection and something else. But this is a little child that wants justice. And that's what we're doing here. By recognizing the story, telling the story, and bringing them justice. There's the number 5 box. Number 5 is all over the place. And then the one all the way to the left, obviously this isn't their stairway in the house. These are gateways. They're going down, you guys. They are going down. These kids are moving down. Restoration. What does that mean? What is that? I think that's the word. Look at these photos, you guys. They're moving. They have boxes. This is like what Kylie was pushing, her boxes. This is what Kylie looked like with her backpack. Oh, there's our little face on top. It's covered. But I see you, motherfucker. I see you. Ooh, there he is. Oh my God, look, you guys. This is the one that was in, that I showed you on the fisherman's boat. Here. This little dude is on the top of those sticks. This little guy. See him? He's on the top of the sticks. It's the same guy. It's the little critter. Look at how he matches. He's on this top of the stick. He is on the top of the stick. It matches. See, those are, you guys, these are, when you really look at it now, they're in the cylinders. These are the cylinders. Those are the cylinders. With the heads in it. Oh my God. Look. Head. There's that dude. This is the person in the front holding a baby. This is a box. These are all boxes. These are all boxes. These are cylinders. This is the stick. Right, I didn't see it until just now. Wow. So this is where they're coming out. The one to the left is they're going up and out of, they're stepping up. They're at the top of the stairs at the left side. I mean, I just do this spiritually, right? Everything I do and say falls under Section 107, the Copyright Act 1976. And it's just how I see it and feel it. This, I could feel them, like, this is where it's real hard for them to get up here. You know how I say they have to get up those stairs? This is after they've gone through a lot of the sacrifice here, and they made it up here with all their might. With all their might. And the one here, they're in that moving chair. Do you guys believe that this is the Idaho 4 last party? And whoever this is isn't just, these are children as well. They're not by themselves, you guys. There are other sacrifices here. These children are not alone. These students are not alone. They're with others. These are the stairs. It's stairs like that that they need to walk. These are all sacrifices. These are all photos of the sacrifice. These are very sad in my throat. These are really sad. This is very sad because what these humans are going through, that's all they want is justice for what they're going through. And justice for them comes in the form of telling their story, on a large scale so people recognize that, oh my God, I just had a deja vu. Oh, I just had a memory. I just had a memory of this. I just had a memory as if I know, like, as if I stepped through this, which I could have done in the spirit world, right? But my memory shows me that there are multiple doors like this. And they're lined up. There's multiples of them. These are multiples. There's multiples of this. They multiply this. That's all I know. I don't know exactly what that means. Because like the person, how this person is here, it's walking into a room, like it's just a multiples. Yeah, see how things are shifting now? This room is a sophisticated, okay, so how I said it before is there are levels. And there's certain levels that are more sophisticated and more dangerous, and they're ran by different people. This here is that level. These are the machines. And this is where they went. Yes, it's like a conveyor belt. There's so much death here. There's so much death here. This here, this is one of the machines. They're laying, like, this is what they lay in. And the Idaho 4 students were part of this. I don't even want to say were. They are. The Idaho 4 students are part of this, like, experimental experience. Oh, is that what that means? I think that's the purple sneakers. That's the word that keeps resurrection, restoration. That's the word that keeps coming, is restoration. But this is a level. This is a layer. Like, they're little worker bees. They're little, like, worker bees. You see? It's like how Summer was in a, is in a cylinder. That's what they're showing here. See? In the back. They're in little maroon boxes. And the story that's going on in this video is just going to keep getting stronger. So now when you look at this photo, and a year ago, whenever this went on, I said, this is the room where this is happening, and Molly Golightly always shows it. This is it, and that's the head that goes on the piece of trophy. That's the room. That's the equipment. That see, that equipment, and what they're showing in Brian Kohlberger's picture is the same equipment. Like, this is what their story is telling. Their story is telling whatever they're trying to tell here with Brian is the same story. And when I say that that is the ultimate piece of trophy, this here is the same. That's Brian, what's in there. And when I say that's in Brian's, this is the piece of trophy. This is the same thing. See the worker bees, they're pushing stuff in. That's the mesh. And these are sacrifices. It's all they are. This is what the story is about. This is the story of the Idaho 4. This. This. Let me blow this up a little. Yeah, Bubbles, you're bubbly water, you're right. He may have been chosen a while ago to do this because this isn't something that just happens overnight. There's the hole in the couch. This is stuff that doesn't just happen overnight. And this is what it looks like. So there they are sitting on their couch, and there's where I got that photo. It's all intertwined. You know, so the video is there, but what's happening in the video is really like the same thing that's happening in the picture to the left, because it's all layered. It is layered to tell the story. What is happening here is the same thing. This is the same sacrifice. This is all the same. Summer Moon Wells. This video is about Summer Moon Wells. I sent this in to the authority. It's from the same person. I said this is where Summer Moon could be found. This is Summer Moon Wells' story, and I believe she is underground in a place like this. Now, this person's video has nothing to do with her. It's that she has these photos that, as I keep going through them, changes into the room in which I see Summer Moon Wells in. This is a room that I see sacrifice. I see equipment. I see Summer Moon Wells here. This is, when I say child is taken, to me the rooms look like this. They're dark. They're covered in equipment. It's what her arm is laying on. This here presents to me as Summer Moon Wells's trophy. I sent this in because I believe that that is a Summer Moon Wells that we know, the Summer Moon Wells that we know of. I believe that that is actually hers. Those are the little bones. Those are the little bones. All the way back here in these pictures that I flew through, to me are the science behind it. I believe that that is the equipment. It's the feeling of the wells. It's the feeling of this is Summer Moon Wells' story. That these little critters that are coming out in these videos, they all are telling the story of Summer Moon. I sent this in and I hope they took it seriously. This information matches. Those are sticks with the number 5 on them and little heads. To me, this is Summer Moon Wells at peace, connected to whatever they did to her to put her back into the earth. The photo that you see here is a very calming spiritual photo. She is laying at peace somewhere, all pulled apart, different places, has been sacrificed, and there's a group out there that knows the truth. Let me put a different one in. They know this. And it's not being talked about. It's in this video. Look at this photo, you guys. I believe that each victim does have a place. These are boxes, and I just feel it's summer, because at the end of this video, it goes to a hole. And I have seen this before in Don Wells's videos. I saw this before in Cracking Cases videos. I see this as a real, true entrance. This is on the Wells property. Yeah, there's a lot of creepy things over here. It's like a house. But that doorway, if you walk into that doorway, you're walking towards answers. And this is really well hidden. But whoever put this video together knows where this is. It's in the leaves. This is in the leaves. And the video shows the child hanging in front of the cave. I've never seen it like this before. I've never seen the swing located here. And that is supposed to be summer. It's not. These are pieces of summer. Yeah, in the leaves. She's in the leaves. These are pieces of summer. The photos are going to keep shifting. Yep, sunshine, Thomas. By the water, by the fish. Oh, interesting. Interesting. Check this out. Check this out. In this picture, it shows a hole in front of the tree. In this picture, that same tree has a head coming out of the ground. See that? This is the same tree in the other picture. But this one has a head coming out of the ground. This here is from this picture. Right there. Up top. Which is showing here Summer's head. See? That's what keeps shifting in this photo, is that hole in the ground. I didn't notice that before. This is the sacrifice setup. This is location of sacrifice. See how it changes as the video shifts? Still a hole. And then the hole starts to look like this. Oh, now look at it. I think that's, I swear to God, I think that's where they put her. I mean, I know she's not alive, right? And I know she was sacrificed. But this is telling us that the head is in that hole by the tree. This is her head. This is her head. That's a hole. That is actually not a hole. That's a trap door. Those are, that is more like a door that opens and closes. And this is what these turn into. Let me brighten them up. So throughout the video, I mean, the video is like seconds. It's, you know, so many seconds worth. But this, this winds up being a hole that holds the maroon box with the little rope, and it looks like the head. So that's what's in there. That's their maroon box. That's what's in the hole. And that's basically what's showing to us. That's what's showing. This could be found. They really could find this. Whoever that is doing the placement of the box. This video has tremendous amount of information. They're showing the sacrifice They're showing the bringing of the box. These are other people bringing it. These are this is like what we saw Kylie Rodney coming with her sleigh, like with her wagon. See? You're dizzy. I'm dizzy too. Yeah. There's the stick. This is Summer Moon Sacrifice. Here, this is the stick. This is the green face. And they're bringing her in. This is the green face. This is the hole. This here, wait. This is a maroon box. Lots of maroon boxes. Lots of maroon boxes behind the trees. And that reminded me of this hole. I thought of this as the same thing. These as the same thing. Like I felt as if that is on the Wells property. This is what was by the bus in Cracking Case's video. Not to say it has anything to do with him. It just was in Cracking Case's video. And when it showed this information, I'm like, it's by the bus. And behind the bus was this ladder. And this hole back there. And back there you could see a cover. You know, it represents, oh, there's a face in there. Wait a minute. Here is the maroon box. Behind the ladder. Then where did I see? So that's the maroon box. Oh, I knew it. I knew I saw something in the silver. There's this little, see these little faces just pop up. It's so creepy. But here, see these little faces that pop up? This to me is the same thing as what we're looking at. As far as a tunnel. The videos that Adventures with Purpose, with that the interview room had, go back and look at them, you guys. He's loaded in really important information This is what's his face from the interview room. These videos have shifted. His videos tell the story of Summer Moon Wells' sacrifice. I know what those are. Those are critters. The critter on the left-hand side is the same thing that flies around a lot of Summer Moon's videos around her. This. I know what these are. They look like they're 3D, but they're critters. And they're in his Chris McDonough's videos. Exactly what they're showing here, you may look deeply into the shadows that are showing over the water. This is the exact same thing that was showing the other day in the video by the house and by the swing. It was her body laying over the water. It was this exact shadow was in the other video, you guys, of the house. It showed Summer just like that over the water, but it was superimposed by her swing in the backyard. Yeah, Chris McDonough in this whole entire video. I'm just disappointed that he's never recognized. I've brought him up many times, and there is complete radio silence. And I even talked to someone in the office. They don't, nothing. This to me is Summer in her box, laying over the water. That. And this tells me that part of her just drifted away in the water. This is what it tells me. What Don has on his head right here is the same thing I showed you that the guy for, here it is, the guy for Dr. Phil's show. This is just a common element that I've shown before many times. These are common elements. Common elements. This girl has these really crazy video, and the photos of Don are photos I have never seen before. I have never seen photos like this of him before, but I want you to recognize that I don't even feel like this is a real photo. Like, it's the weirdest thing. I feel like it's like a fake fucking photo. Look at what's around his neck. That is around Don's neck. Not the red lines, the metal. So I don't know what kind of game they're playing over there, but that's metal. And these are the guys that did the interviews. This is what's behind them. I brightened it up so it may look funky, but this shit shouldn't be behind them. This should not be behind them. This is This is crazy shit. Does this make any sense to anybody? And the video is like almost like it's 3D. Like it's like I feel as if someone fucked with it, but this is behind them. Like I feel like something was duped. But those are the boxes. That is the sacrifice room. And it's behind these guys. The green, maroon, and white boxes. I mean, and the guy has machine on his head. Who made this video? That's the sacrifice room. Look how weird this is. They don't even fit in the room. They're too big for the room. They're too big for the room. And this is totally fabricated, you guys. Why would this be allowed? Look at them. Oh, there's that pattern on the box. See that pattern on the box? That's what's on that bed sheet thing. This. This here see that pattern? I've never seen that before. So these are the boxes. That is the pattern on that bed. With the gun on it, that bed with the gun on it. That's the same pattern. I'll have to put that together as the match. So, look behind you guys. Look behind him. This is what the underground looks like in the tunnels underground. This, nobody has seen this photo. And look what's behind him. His eyes look fake. So what you see behind him is exactly what these rooms look like. Okay? Let me change the coloring for a moment. These are humans put somewhere in the Underground Railroad. Those are humans. Those are heads. And that's between the behavioral panel men. I don't get this video, but it's part of the story. I'm going to show you a few photos from Nina. Nina is a little girl that I bunched together as one of these children that were taken and put in underground in these tunnels. This is a video of about Nina. And this video shows information as if she's being taken out of that lockup, and that to me is a truck that is pulling in to a location. This shows someone being taken out of a truck. Like you've got to pull that string down and lock it. So I don't know, maybe it's a lockup facility, but it's a very thin hallway, and this is how they take them. This is where they go next. There's a video about this little girl on this lady's site. And this gave me chills because I see Nina was taken this way. See? Those are doors. See the handles back there? Those are different doors. So I'm bringing this up to bring her justice, and we haven't forgotten about her. That you, Nina, are part of the SUMMERWELLS missing children. And we're here to bring her justice. I'm going to end on this little piece of, not end, but I'm going to show you this as the end of my presentation. Because this was shown, and I don't know why it was shown, because this I think happened in 2017, I don't remember. But the story is now coming out about, again, about a child that was found in a trash can, I think. But these blankets were in there with the child. Now, there's always a reason behind why these cases pop back up. I am very curious about what was in there and what this is. There were pieces of the child who they said was between 5 and 7. So I'm going to look into this case and try to do a reading on it. And I know that justice is around the corner. I try to give justice to these children every day. Time is coming, I hope, but to SUMMERWELLS, I'm going to leave this photo as the last photo. Wait, because I feel as if this is David Dotson. And I want to put this out there because his face keeps appearing within SUMMERWELls' videos. I don't like it. I don't like the feeling of cockiness that I get. I don't like the feeling of thinking this person, whoever he is safe. You are not safe or saved by anybody. The person that is playing your face is the one I'm speaking to. You are not safe. You are not reborn. And the children are not waiting for you. SUMMERWELls you will never see again. You won't see any of them. So to whoever this face belongs to, this is a face that needs to be discussed. Because the feeling I get from this face is the children and everyone behind wants to say, fuck you. Fuck off. You will never see them again. You are waiting to see all of them. You won't see one of them. Not one of them. You will see darkness. Your eyeballs will see nothing other than blackness. You hear me? You get it? Nothing. So take that grin off your fucking face and listen when I tell you this. You will not get away with it, and nor will you walk on the ground that the children walk on. Never, ever will you be there. I see your face. I feel your energy. Your world is going to be rocked upside down, man, and you are going to be stuck in between both worlds. And you will never, ever be with the children. Period. That note, thank you all to my WCIA Network family. I just love you all. Freaking love you all. Thank you for being here. God bless you all. I will be back soon, and have an amazing, wonderful night. Good night, folks.